Welcome to my workshop. You are watching Casual DIY channel, and in today's video I'm going to be making a beautiful box for some tea bags. It's going to be a gift for somebody that's very close to me, and I found the perfect two boards. Well, to be fair, I'm probably going to use just one for this project, but they are red elm. So I'm hoping for this board to give me absolutely stunning results, as the grain itself, it looks absolutely gorgeous. However, both of these boards are rough sawn, as you can see, and therefore we need to take it through the milling process. Jointer, thicknesser, and in the end, the table saw. For this particular box, I'm just going to use one board. However, as I am going through the milling process, I'm going to tackle both of them. Now, at current state, they're far too long for the tools I've got. Hence, the first one, I'm going to chop into smaller pieces, 35 centimeters long, whereas the whole box will be about 32 by 32 centimeters. So I've got a bit of wiggle room to dial in the size of my box. The second board, I'm just going to chop it in half, and we'll go from there. I have also cut few pieces of white ash. These will be the dividers for the tea inside of the box, and also two pieces of American walnut. These will be the splines that will go around the box, just as a nice decorative feature. Now let's change the angle on my table saw to 45 degrees. That's for the miters on the main box. First of all, on all four boards, I'm cutting 145-degree angle. Okay, now I've set up my table saw with the auxiliary fence just to make sure I'm at the right distance, and we can cut the second angle on our board. Now the box itself is square, so all the pieces will be at the same length, so it's just the easiest setup for me. In the next step, I'm going to be using my portable small router table. First of all, 5mm diameter straight cutting router bit. That's to make a groove in all four pieces to accommodate the bottom of our box, which is 5mm plywood. The second groove I'm going to be doing is a 18mm groove, and I actually do have an 18mm straight router bit. That is to accommodate the plexiglass and a hold fixture for the plexiglass to stay in place. But you'll see how all of that works in just a few minutes. And now on my table saw, I'm going to be cutting the 5mm plywood for the base for our box. The size is 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters. Now it's time for a bit of sanding. Now is the best opportunity to actually do it. Just make sure to watch out not to round over any corners. I'm going to go from a grit 100 right up to 150, and that will be max. We don't need any higher grit for this project. Now it's time to glue our box together, and I'm going to be using the blue painter's tape to help me out with the process. And now I'm going to let everything cure. With my table saw and a spline jig, I'm going to make some slots for the splines as a decorative feature, and a bit of strengthening the corners and the whole box itself. I'm going to make some walnut splines. If you're interested in this particular jig I'm going to drop a link down below so you can go ahead and check it out as well and build it for your table saw. I think it's just the easiest and quickest way to do this. As you can see, the splines are cut beautifully around the perimeter of the box, and the lid itself will have one spline as well. However, we need to clean it up a little bit, so I've got a plastic spacer that will fit perfectly in the splines. They are 3mm in thickness, and I do have a 3mm piece of walnut that we're going to be gluing in as the splines. But first of all, let's clean them up a little bit. And I'm going to carry on with that across the perimeter of this box. As the wood glue is drying on our splines on the box, let's make the inner dividers. Now the 4 pieces that will go inside as the dividers, I'm going to join with half laps, okay? So I've set up my miter saw to just do that, okay? I do have a depth stop on my miter saw and I'm going to use that to make sure I've got the same depth on all pieces. And now I'm just going to sand all the pieces and break the edges. The splines, the glue is now fully dried, so with my Japanese saw I'm just going to cut off the excess and after that we'll sand it flush. And now I'm going to cut out the part of the box that will become the lid. Alright then, so this is our lid with that nice spline in there. Looks absolutely gorgeous. And as you remember, we do have that lip onto which the piece of plexiglass will go. And to make sure it stays in place, I've cut out some pieces of white ash that will go in there. And now I'm just going to cut them to the right size. Okay, I've got some really nice looking brass hinges I want to use on this box, and I just need to establish the position of them and transfer it to the lid as well. Now with my chisel I'm just going to establish the cut line, so I'm going to have a nice clean cut when I'm going to be using my router. Okay, so this is the lid of our box and I do want to have some sort of a opening at the front of it, so basically it's easier to lift it up. I'm going to be using my router table with this rounded shape router bit, and as you can see I made this guide for the frame itself to make sure I'm dead on in the middle as I'm cutting it out. Now I'm swapping the bit in my router table to a chamfer bit as I want to add a small chamfer to the bottom of the box. Okay, now it's time to apply a bit of finish to our box. Now it will be housing tea bags, so I need the finish to be food safe. First of all, I'm going to be applying mineral oil from IKEA. You can actually buy it in IKEA, but you can, get yours anywhere. It's a food grade. And when the oil soaks in, I'm going to wipe off the excess and apply a wood oil and wax finish to it. I have to say, that looks absolutely beautiful, guys. Really nice grain, and the walnut on the corners, the splines, really make this pop. Absolutely fantastic. And now let's finish it off with a bit of wax. I'm going to spread a bit of wax on this box and then I'm going to buff it out just slightly. I want to achieve this nice satin look onto it. Tell you what, I absolutely love the look of this wood. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to install the hinges on the lid itself, and we're going to put the clear acrylic in as well. Okay, now let's put the plexiglass in. Make sure it's in the correct position. And I'm actually going to be using a bit of CA glue to put these pieces of timber in that will hold the plexiglass in place. Swap a couple of clamps for it to dry. Make sure that all the pieces fit correctly. And the last one. Okay, I'm going to leave it to dry for a couple of minutes. Now let's attach the lid to the box itself. As a finishing touch, we need to put the dividers in. I'm not gluing them in, you know, I may change the mind of how they're going to look or what size or anything else. For now, that's the size I want. Nice and perfect fit. Right, let's load it up. And check it out, fully loaded. That's definitely gonna last somebody for a while. Absolutely love how this looks. And that little lip there, nice and easy to lift up. Absolutely spot on project. I really do like how this project came out. I love the splines and the red elm plus that walnut looks absolutely fabulous. That slight chamfer at the bottom gives a bit of a depth to the whole box, and that low profile lip here just to help you out lift the top of this box. Absolutely brilliant. I think it's a perfect present for this upcoming Christmas, and it won't take you that long to actually make this. And the brass hinges really do the job. Now I hope today's project gave you a bit of inspiration so you can make something similar as well in your workshop, maybe for somebody as a gift. There's still time to make this. I'm absolutely stoked how this looks, and even the brass hinges at the back, you know, they look absolutely fabulous, and I really do like how this came out. And you actually can see them from the inside when the lid is closed. So overall, I'm really pleased how this turned out. And I never worked with elm before, fairly hard and dense wood, but you know, the grain itself looks fabulous, and I think I managed to achieve a nice wrap of the grain itself. Let me just show you around the perimeter of the box. I think it came out quite decent. There you go. It's all made from one board, so obviously that helps a lot. That's it from me today, but don't go just yet. I've got some really cool playlists just over here with different types of projects and workshop upgrades and everything in between. So click on those and maybe you'll find your next video to watch. Hopefully I'll see you on one of those videos there. Take care.